I did not. I'm not set up properly. This is what happens when you spend more time trying to get your drinks together. I don't, my camera is like, it's such a different place. I need a girl, get your life. Let me see if I can move it over. I feel like that did nothing. Like, you still see my computer, but like, I need my computer there. I need to see what is going on. Um, I'm just sharing my stream with the Discord, getting my life together. Oh, not this sound being on as I'm watching myself on my phone. I feel like I did way too much right before the stream and I am falling apart. I was like, let me eat. Um, there we go. We're here though. We're on and popping. I got my drink and I also have more of my drink to get the party started. I was like, you know what? Like, I need to be prepared as per usual. Oh, I didn't take a picture of me. I feel like you gotta be doing mad promo when you stream. It's like Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are social. You know, I gotta clean that front camera. This is just so the pink hair was a choice and I'm glad that I made it. I almost went with blonde, but it just the blonde wasn't doing what I needed to do. And this right here, this pink. Hi. Oh my god, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm just justifying my wig choices as I was like, you know what? Let me be fun and throw on a wig because believe it or not, I got like really into cosplay and I bought all these wigs. And to be fair, I have done a lot of the cosplays with the wigs that I have, but I haven't done any cosplays recently and the wigs are just sitting and I'm like, yo, I need to get some use out of this. I'm like, why not put it on a stream? This wig unfortunately is like a Doja Cat before she was famous wig where it has no like hairline. It looked absolutely crazy. The first time I used it was for my Yuji Tadori cosplay for JJK, and it was like brand new, so it sat down in my on my head. And today I put this wig on, and it was not sitting. It was standing up. It looked insane. So I was like, you know what? Let me just throw a hat on. Yes, I feel like I'm saying me. Like I had so many wigs and a lot of them like I feel like would look cute if I wore them outside. I just only think about it in the summer and it is so hot in the summer to be wearing a wig, but maybe in the fall like I will be more out there and wear different wigs like cuz I went in like why did I buy like I thought I was just going to be cosplaying everything and everywhere. But they're good to have on hand. I got my it's Sailor Moon's birthday. So I got my Sailor Moon shirt. I got my Sailor Moon cup, which is very inconvenient for drinking alcohol because it is only like 12 ounces. So then I made more of my drink. So I didn't have to like go upstairs and get it. But I am I'm so excited to be dishing this mess from There's Something Wrong with Us. We about to jump in a few, but I I've been meaning to reread it. I read it a long. I don't even got this like facing right. Let me get it together. Okay. I got I read this online before I bought it a long time ago. And I read it online first. I don't always read manga online before I purchase it, but this one in particular because I said on my streams before, I suffer from severe secondhand embarrassment when situations are cringe, when bad things are going to happen. Like, I'm known to in an anime skip a scene if there's too much happening. I'm fast forwarding that scene. So, as a result, I read it online first, became obsessed with it, ordered all the available volumes, have kept up with the newer volumes, but I haven't read it since. And I was like, you know what? I want to reread it for the stream. And I found that it's very. I've thrown books down because I'm embarrassed. Listen, throw the book, throw the phone, walk out of the room if it's playing on the TV. I can't. I guess I get too attached. But yeah, so I hadn't read it and I've been meaning to reread it anyway. So I thought for the stream, like it would be good for me to reread it. But your girl be working full time and is busy, and it's much easier to read stuff on my phone. Like I read manga usually every day or a manhwa on my phone. But with the books, it's like an intentional effort. So I only got through volumes 1 through 4, which is fine because I was like, you know what? We could do more parts of this stream. Like this don't gotta be a one-time event. This could be a series. But there's in rereading, especially today, because I started rereading yesterday to today, I realized that I did not remember how like there was so many details my brain was leaving out of the story in terms of the things that are happening. Like I just was not remembering that like every chat like this is crazy at every turn. Like I really was like, you know what? Like I have some like questions in mind because I'm not gonna do like a whole like synopsis of every single thing that happened. But yeah, my notes always runs when I start streaming. I think I told you guys. But I literally am just like in shambles because I was like, how did I forget that so much happens every single time, like every chapter you think you're like safe. There's no, I mean, with a title like Something Is Wrong With Us, like who was I? Every time I like, why am I doing this? Who am I to just think like things are gonna be easy sailing? They weren't. And when I read it online, I also remembered that I was reading, you know, like fan scans. No offense, the fan scan people, y'all holding it down. But that means that you're not necessarily getting all the information. And boy, is there a lot of information. Especially a manga like this that's so based on such a niche thing, which is Japanese confectionery goods like bead and paste stuff, artisan confectionery. I don't know what the word is. Confectionate things. Not me kicking the camera. Yeah, so I was like, damn, this is a lot of information. I'm absorbing a lot right now. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to rush it. I read the first 4 volumes. Because I just finished this earlier before I put my son to bed. Did I get to the end? Yes. It's, oof. It is getting serious. And I am in shambles. because it is just, whew, so serious. So let me take another drink. And let's get into what has happened so far. So I mentioned, not my computer trying to update. This is not the time, Apple. We are dishing the mess. So I don't even know, I don't even know where to begin. I am just in so much agony and disarray. I am in shambles. So basically, you have this girl now who, when she was younger, her mom was what is the specific? She was a traditional Japanese sweets maker. And starting off, starts off in the past, like reminiscing. They lived at this like rich people's houses where they had like, for all intents and purposes, like a bakery where they sold these Japanese sweets and artisan foods. And the mom was there, cool, whatever. She's friends with the son of the house who's around her same age. She's 5, he's 6. And they're like besties, first childhood love. The dad of the house is killed, and the son blames the girl's mom. The girl's mom is immediately arrested. Like, did they have I have so many questions. Like, did they have a trial? Like, they just took this lady away? No, actually, I'm dumb. I forgot that during the trial, the stress of the trial, she got sick and she passed away. So they were having a trial. But probably because this family had money, it wasn't going well for her to begin with. So this happens. This girl is traumatized. Like, I think she got to go to an orphanage. She can't be there no more. She feels betrayed because this was like her childhood friend, her childhood love at 5, which, how can you be in love at 5? But that's neither here nor there, whatever, special friendship. And 15 years pass. She's 20 at this point. She has become an artisan baker herself because she's going to make these sweets that her mama made. And one thing leads to another. She goes to the competition and she ends up meeting up with her friend who, what's his name? Because I don't be knowing nobody's name. Tsubaki. She meets up with Tsubaki, who doesn't know her at all. Like, doesn't remember her. But he's kind of crazy. And he's like, you know what? Like, let's get married. And she's like, okay, because somebody gave her like a letter from her mom that said like, I didn't do it. And she has now taken it upon herself that she's going to find out and get to the bottom of what happened one way or another. So when she meets him and he proposes marriage, as crazy as it is, she's like, this is my end to the house. So she ends up like, she's like, she cuts her hair. She shows up. Fi, hello, happy birthday. I wish I had like a soundboard, but I'm gonna do the noises myself. Hold on. Burr, 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 burr. Those are air horns, Dollar General air horns. Enjoy your dinner, get drunk, get lit, do all the things you want or not, like whatever your choice of turning up is. Enjoy your birthday. Our own Sailor Moon, as we're celebrating Sailor Moon's birthday as well in the stream. But thanks for stopping by. Yes, these soundboards, we're gonna figure out how to do these soundboards. Until then, I'll just be ghetto and do the soundboards myself. Not the mouth air horn key. I'm trying. We getting creative. Actually, I could have done something with my phone and not predictive text, trying to whatever. That's going in my drafts. But yeah, we're gonna soundboard it out. But yeah, so homegirl gets a haircut and she the next day shows up, or the day he said, I don't know, time is an illusion, and shows up, and then basically she like interrupts the wedding. Like, she's like, no, sorry, he's gonna marry me. And then like, I'm cringing because this is so bad. Like, to me, the fact that she showed up, but here's the thing that's like bothering me so far with the series. And if you're just joining, I've only read up to volume 4. This is clearly going to be a multiple parts stream. But she said like she gonna get to the bottom of what happened to her mom, and she's gonna destroy the household. Like, F this. She gonna destroy the household. My question is how, girl? You have not laid out a plan. You sleeping with the enemy. Like, yeah, you're gonna get to the bottom of what's happening with your mom, but what's the plan? Like, we just going in blind? Clearly that's what's happening. And she is getting so swept up. So anyways, let me rewind. So she gets to the house. She interrupts. They gonna get married. His mom is immediately sus. She already evil, but like, who would not be sus? Like, he was supposed to marry somebody else, and you just did this whole show and interrupted everything. So I literally am like, I can't believe that I forgot how dramatic this was, like, since I had initially read it. And I just, like, am completely just taken away. So she's there. And the thing, too, to remember about now is that she does love making the bean paste artisan stuff. Like, she, aside from it being like a connection to her mom, she's super passionate about this. So while she's there, like, she's not holding back. Like, this is like, she's initially framed it to Sabaki like, I'm part of this because I want to, like, be this artisan person, and your place and the store, like, that's the best place for me to get experience. But she really is, like, living her best life. Like, she not even pretending not to. Like, she is hype that she's there learning these artisan crafts, even though everybody's treating her terribly. So I'm trying to remember, because you know when you be binging, like, all the volumes end up, oh yeah, I just remembered this other dramatic thing that happens, because I guess she saw blood when the dad died, and she sees red. Girl goes into a whole panic attack, hyperventilation. I get it. PTSD, trauma, like, this happens to people. So that's the end of volume 1. I'm trying to like, I'm not gonna go through every single one, but basically, like, she just keeps having, I feel like this always happens in, like, stories where, like, it seems like they're getting a one up on the situation. It seems like they're gonna move up, and then something sets them back. So she's, like, trying to, like, get in, and the thing that she didn't realize, and she's coming to terms with as she's at the house interacting with Sabaki and the family, is that she thought, like, they had, like, this picture perfect life. Like, she's gonna come, she's gonna disrupt everything and bring everybody down with this plan that she didn't tell nobody what the plan was, not even us. But she starts discovering that they got mad drama on their own. Like, the stepmom, well, the actual mom, she's absolutely insane. I mean, I know she's evil, and that's the point of it. But also, though, too, like, if you're supposed to marry somebody else and some random girl showed up and was like, oh, I'm gonna marry you, like, I would be sus about that situation, too. So she's the mom, and it turns out there's a rumor that Sabaki was not the child of her husband, which was, like, the owner, the heir to this whole, like, sweet shop that they have. And then, but he's dead because, you know, the mom killed him, quote unquote. And then there's the grandpa, which is the dad's biological father, who is, like, against Sabaki because he's like, you're not my son's legitimate child. So she's like, whoa, I just came up in here with, like, I just walked up into all this drama. Like, I think she really thought she was gonna come up in here and disrupt stuff, and she's realizing that she's way over her head with how much drama the family has on its own. And it's crazy. Like, I mean, she really, like, I'm telling you, she did not think this through. She's just so focused on this revenge, which I get it, girl. Your mom died, and she was blamed for murder. She brought up drama that was nothing compared to the... Yes, like, she was thinking, like, you know that sound that's like, am I the drama? Am I the drama? From TikTok. That's how I feel about this situation. Now really thought, like, she was the one with the fucked up past. And it turns out everybody is not, like, living sunshine and rainbows and butterflies. So as the story goes on, there's, like, of course, because it's about confectionery sweets, like, there's things that they're doing where they have to make sweets together, and Now and Tsubaki are getting closer as a result of this, for real, because initially they both know, like, we don't really love each other, like, we're here for conveniences, for whatever the other one wants. Tsubaki is initially very mistrusting of her, even though he was the one like, oh, come marry me. And they sleep together, duh. Like, and the thing is so crazy to me is that while she's sleeping with him, she's like, this is terrible. I'm going to hell. But you keep doing it, girl. Like, you know. So whatever, they're sleeping together. Now he, like, Tsubaki starts falling for her. Oops. He starts falling for her and she's like, to the part where I'm at in volume 4, like, he's really been like, yo, like, I really do like you, like, I am falling for you. And then she does stuff and he's like, you're making me fall for you harder. But me and her don't really know the motives, because it seems like he's on the tail of figuring out who she really is, that she's Sakura. He's even asked her, like, are you Sakura from my past? And she was like, nah. And the crazy part about that was, like, they were in front of a scroll and he was like, oh, if you lie in front of this scroll, you're going to hell. And she was like, well, I guess I'm going to hell. No, I'm not your Sakura. Like, I'm me. Which, another thing, like, she don't look that much different from herself as, like, when she was younger. Like, I feel like he either knows and is playing dumb, or he's actually real dumb, because the stepmom already figured out that was her. Like, not the stepmom, the actual mom figured out that was her. So where I left off, because like I said, I only got to volume 4. We got this motherfucker. See if you guys could see him. He's like the little friend in the kitchen that's being sweet to her, but the volume ends and we find out that he's like a double agent and helping out the mom. Which is very weird. And I'm just like... And from what I remember after this, he keeps... I'm so sorry, guys. My notes always runs, like, when I'm recording. He keeps being, like, flirting with her. And I remember, like, in the next part... Because I think I got up to chapter maybe, like, 30 or something before I started buying everything. Where he keeps... like, flirting with her and getting into situations where Tsubaki walks by and it looks very compromising. And this part annoys me too, right? Because already she's kind of been very flirty with him. And I get it. She doesn't owe Tsubaki anything because this is a fake relationship. But girl, you in the house as his fiance. Like, you should not be flirting with another man. You trying to sell this role that you playing that you don't even... You blurring the lines. But yeah, so that's so far where we're at. He said, love fake dating. You know what is going to get into the questions that I wanted to get into with y'all. Fake dating as a trope, I feel like I was indifferent to it, but recently I have been loving the fake dating trope. And something... Every day I admit things about myself when I was younger that confirm I was an absolute weirdo. I've written about this before, but I have, like, when I was younger, like, I used to watch a lot of TV. I used to read a lot of books. And I really thought that my life was going to be like these scenes on TV. And I would imagine, like, I end up in a fake dating trope with someone. And now I'm thinking, like, what circumstances in real life would require you to fake date somebody? The episode story I'm most obsessed with is fake dating. Let's not even talk about episode, because that's gonna remind me, you know that TikTok sound that's like, she's like, one summer during a depressive episode I spent $86 on Candy Crush. That was me with episode one summer. Key knows, I told her I basically failed out of a class because I was obsessed with episode. Like, I was down bad. It was, I think, 2017 or maybe 2018. I was down horrendous for episode. But yeah, so fake dating tropes was one that I was like, and now I really, really love fake dating. What tropes are you guys into? I'm also thinking, because, something's wrong with us is also revenge. And then you have like dating for revenge or fake dating for revenge, which is this situation where, although they're blurring the lines, so like Girls Volume 4, how you already blur the lines with this fake dating scenario? But immediately what comes to mind is a manhwa that I'm currently reading, that everybody's reading, which is Payback? Yes, Payback, where there's a revenge situation. They're not fake dating at the time. It's kind of, they in a weird situationship. My boy's down bad too, but it is like a revenge situation. It's like, I'm gonna use you to get revenge on somebody else. I wish I had like, no, I mean, I was about to say, I wish I had somebody to exact revenge on, but my life isn't that dramatic. Like, what's really happening where you gotta get revenge? I love all the tropes where there isn't a romantic interest at first, so fake dating, friends to lover, enemies to lovers. Let's pull over. I love enemies to lovers. Y'all hate each other. Y'all hate each other. But you know what with enemies to lovers is, one of them don't be an enemy. One of them don't be an enemy. One of them usually is pretending to be an enemy, and really they were in love the whole time and they're projecting it as hate. But enemies to lovers, oh hey hunty, the revenge genre. Revenge, like, give me these situations where you're like, damn, I wish my life was this exciting with revenge. I say that, but I also just admitted earlier that I hate cringe moments and secondhand embarrassment, and I will skip scenes that are embarrassing and cause me anxiety. So maybe I would not do well in a real life revenge situation. I was referring to was low-key enemies to lover. They fake date for an opportunity. That gotta be a good ass opportunity to fake date somebody. Like, in my delusions, I'm trying to think what would be like my ideal like situation, enemies to lover, to fake dating. Because it's always like you gotta fake date to get something that you want. But I love when there's a fake dating situation where like there is no need for them to fake date. Like, this is a situation that could be solved if somebody like manned up, if somebody was just thought outside the box. But these stories, they be like, damn, the people at work won't stop asking me if I have a girlfriend. Do you want to pretend to be my fiance? And it's like, how did y'all jump from A to Z? Like, why was fake dating the only opportunity, the only thing that you thought of to get yourself out of the situation? That's the real question. But because I'm a sucker for love and tropes, I'm okay with it. But speaking of tropes, now, what is a trope that you dislike, or I guess is like your least favorite trope, that you'll see in like stories or in Key's case episodes? My favorite trope is when they teach or mentor the MC and they fall for each other, like Paradise Kiss or High School Debut. The teach mentor, you know they gotta have that scene. So one thing about me, my favorite movie in ever, like in the world, top one, is Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. And they have a, what is it, like, they have this scene, everybody knows the scene, where they are doing pottery together, which is, there's a lot of questionable things with that scene to begin with, but they have like their hands over each other, like I think he has his hands over hers, and they're like teaching. And I love in them teaching tropes when they be like, here, let me show you how to do this, I will guide your hands. Because 9 out of 10 is like, that's not happening in real life. Like, you do not touch me. You do not have to hold my hand to show me how to do something. I'd be the person that misses that this is a sign that they trying to like get with me. Because do not touch me. Do not touch me. But it's cute. It's cute to read and watch. I haven't seen High School Debut or Paradise Kiss or read of them. I don't be watching all that stuff. They're enemies and they're both streamers and they fake date for PR and opportunities. They want a big damn, that is a good key. Don't let me stop, because you're gonna get me on episode again and I cannot go back down this road. I'm not a fan of Friends to Lover. I want the drama. See, sometimes I do want the drama, but Friends to Lovers, I find that a lot of Friends to Lovers situations end up being they end up being very slow burn, because usually it takes a while for the friends to like get to the point where they're like admitting feelings for each other, and there's always a misunderstanding and there's got to be like a third party, and then the one like they both like each other but nobody wants to make a move, and then they're worried about the friendship, and I'm like, bro, just get together. I'm gonna read all 65 chapters while you struggle, but get it together. Love triangle. I do not like love triangle either. There's one love triangle right now that I like, and I don't like it because I talked about this in my other stream about second male leads that I'm in love with, which is Ian from Wet Sand. But yeah, I hate a love triangle. Kimi ni Toroke. Listen, this is very unpopular. I could not get into Kimi ni Toroke. I dropped it. I don't think I will ever watch it. I can't. I know, like, that's like everybody's like, oh my God, love. No, I'm gonna get into another rant on why I don't like it. Well, why it was not for me, I should say. But yeah, I'm not a love triangle person at all. Because then the love triangles don't even be like somebody worth the trouble of the situation. And a lot of times I find it rare that a love triangle is like the person is introduced in a way that makes sense or is like good timing for the plot. Like they just be throwing, like, I hate when like finally they're together, confession, feelings. Then there's that one coworker at the job that's getting too close, and then there's a misunderstanding. No, save it. I'm not here for it. I'm trying to think. There's another trope that I can't remember that I'm not fond of at all. I gotta stop kicking my camera. I'm trying to think what trope it is. Oh, when somebody gets amnesia and the other person, like, they gotta remember. No. I don't want memories. I want y'all to be together and stay together. I get invested, and then the person I want to be in the relationship gets thrown to the side. Why was I? You get so invested in these stories or these shows, and it's like and I know this is gonna sound crazy because, like, I guess this is the point of stories and shows. Like, there's got to be a climactic moment. Like, sometimes I want just a regular love story. Like, we fall in love, we get together, and then 30 million chapters of you guys being together, happy and bliss, and nothing goes wrong. That's ideal. That doesn't happen because that's not entertaining to a lot of people. But lately I've read this story last night. I think I'm gonna do a new series on my TikTok. I think like just showcasing a manga or manhwa from like a legal site. And this series inspired it because it is so good. Let me think of the name of it. I was up egregiously late last night, and I had no business doing that because my son be waking up at 5 a.m. Like, I just can't. But the story, this story has the other trope that I feel some type of way about. So it's called Spring, the Color of Love. But I'm not like looking at the right screen, so I can't see if you can see my screen. There we go. Okay, this was terrible. Like, girl, what you showing people? But it looks so cute. But this had a trope that I am okay with, but on a sentimental level, it hurts my heart, which is second chance. And it hurts my heart because like so much time be passing. Like it in this particular story, they met when they were like in college and they were just both going through some things. They had like a tumultuous fling. And then this isn't the synopsis, so this isn't a spoiler, Ray, but 10 years, like they have this tumultuous fling. 10 years pass and they meet again. And it's very good. Like the drama is more like people doing like their trauma. There isn't like third party situations or anything like that. But then I think about like the time that they spent that they were not together. And it makes me so sad because I'm like, damn, like y'all could have been those 10 years. Like you had 10 years without each other. But those 10 years was fundamental to their growth and they wouldn't be who they are today to get together. But I'd still be salty. Or I was reading this manga, I forgot what it was, where the person spent 10 years unrequited love for somebody. And I'm like, that's a long time. That's a long time to be unrequited love. Like 10 years? 10 years and you not moving on? Let's get help. Professional help. Talkspace.com. Find the therapist near you. 10 years. And the crazy part about, I'm trying to remember the name of that story because it was like a friend group and the guy was in love with one of his guy friends for 10 years unrequited. But then another friend group was in love with another person in the friend group was in love with him. So it was like, but I think what happened, now that I'm remembering, the person A is in love with person B for 10 years. Person C knows this entire time that person A has been in love with person B. But what they do is, like 3 years in, they start hooking up, like friends with benefits type of situation. And then, of course, they're like, oh my God, we should have been together, blah, blah, they get together. But I was like, 10 years, like 10 years and you using somebody else to get over them and you not getting over them. And like the person was mad whack, like it's a little romantic. 10 years? No, get out of here. I'm also very impatient. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do this in real life. But when people are like, I love you, let's be together forever, and they've been dating for 3 months, I like it sometimes. I do. I'm gonna do some ASMR here as I pour up. This sounds so soothing, but all my eyes melted. Yeah. Not for me. What other trope? You're so toxic. I am. So this is gonna lead me into this other trope situation that when I'm telling you, this is gonna be spoilers for this series, but I didn't finish it yet. So I'm pretty sure the people end up together who they're supposed to be with. But I started reading this series. When I'm telling you, it got me so mad that it has been like 2 years and I have not picked the series back up. But I want to, and I'm going to finish it because I know it has a happy ending. So, spoilers for In a Perfect World. And so In a Perfect World is this girl who she had a crush on this guy in high school, and like some years pass, they are adults now and they have a high school reunion. And one thing, let me tell you, one thing about Asia, one thing about Japan, one thing about Korea, they're gonna have them high school reunions like every 2 years. Like they be having mad high school reunions. There's always a reunion. Like I hated high school. I did not go to my high school reunion. You're doing too much, but I digress. So in the story, she goes to her high school reunion and she sees her crush, and her crush, due to, I believe it was like an accident or maybe an illness, is now disabled. I think he's a paraplegic and he's like in a wheelchair, but she don't like it doesn't bother her. She really likes him. She's liked him like since high school. And to her, she's very naive in the sense like she doesn't really know all that goes into dating somebody who is disabled, but she down. She down. And he's mad hot. So like, of course, I'd be down too. And so they start dating, and this is the part that like annoys me. So Key, I want to know if this is the part that you stop too. So he has this female caretaker that like be caretaken, because he's a paraplegic, so there's stuff that he needs help doing, very intimate things that the normal, somebody who's never maybe dated somebody who's disabled may not be open to doing, or just doesn't know the ins and outs of. But the caretaker is secretly in love with him, and she's very against the girl and the guy dating, and she is like basically like gets in their head about like them, because he has like an emergency and the caretaker has to step in, and she's like, you can't be with him, like you don't even know what to do. I'm here, I'm the one that's always taking care of him, like me and him are gonna be together. And the girl gives up and backs away. And at the same time, she has like I think like a coworker that's been trying to put the moves on her. So yeah, secret. She was not hiding that she was in love with him. But him, like, I feel like too, like he knew, and he also like, I don't know, like I feel like you knew that she was in love with you, and you should have like draw the lines or gotten a different caretaker. Like you didn't do enough, sir. And the part that I got to is like they break up, and I guess like him and the caretaker get together or like make the relationship official. That I read. I don't remember too well, or if they pretended they were together, but I'm telling you, I had been up because I had binged it all in one night. When I tell you that I immediately like closed my phone and I was like, oh, I'm done. I had never been so mad in my life. You are not, like, I hate when the other person wins. Like, why are you letting this third party get into your relationship? How are you letting them win? Like, that's the thing. You're letting them win. Like, the caretaker gets what she wants. And again, and I think that the part that annoyed me was that I understood the girl having doubts because she's not a caretaker. This is all new to her. She really wants to be there for him, but she doesn't understand, like, she's never dated somebody with a disability. So of course she's going to feel insecure in the lack of her knowledge and the lack of her being able to help him in this type of situation. But like, girl, then you could be like, I'm going to take a caretaking class. How did you become a caretaker? Give me the center. I'm going to go sign up. I'm going to take these classes because I really want to be with you no matter what is happening. And then him as a man, like, how you going to let another person make me feel insecure about the relationship? The caretaker is a professional person that you pay. Of course, she's going to know the ins and out of caretaking of somebody with a disability. Like, be fucking for real. Your girl that you got with has no experience, but she's willing to learn and wants to be there. But you didn't even give her the chance, and immediately one thing went wrong and you ran into the caretaker's arms in a situation that she set up. Like, when I'm telling you, it's been 2 years. 2 years. The story's over. They got together. From one of the covers, I assume they had a child. And Ariana, what are you doing here? That's how I felt. when I seen his name. Hello, welcome. I'm heated. Now my face is burning because I'm just thinking about this stupid caretaker bitch and how she ruined this relationship. I should go back. I should go back. I really should go back. But I want to buy it because I know that it's a good story. And the fact that it has me annoyed means that it's good. But god damn it, caretaker bitch. Stay in your lane. Crashing the party. Listen, the party of me ranting about fictional characters like their real life, I'm turning because I'm so mad. Like, there's few fiction that really get me to the point where I'm like the ending of How I Met Your Mother. That's another one. We're not gonna go there because this is an anime manga stream. But this, like, I just had been in love. Like, I think I had found that story like before I went to bed. I worked the next day and I was so into it. I was like, yes, I need more. I love it. Like, I love these different type of relationships that you don't see. Somebody with a disability, cool. Then this caretaker bitch had to ruin everything. And I'm like, they're gonna get back together. I know it. I just need to push through. But now I need to just reread the whole thing from the beginning because you know what? Now that I'm upset, I can tell you why. How was it, Barney? Oh, because of that. Listen, I'm still upset. How I Met Your Mother was the show that I'm not a big rewatcher, but How I Met Your Mother, because it was always on TV, it was in syndication, a bunch of channels played it. Any single time it was on a channel, I would always watch it. Doesn't matter the season, doesn't matter the order of the episode. I would binge it on Netflix. And the minute the finale dropped, I never in my life have seen another episode again. Hell no. I felt so disrespected. Disrespected. I can't even talk. I'm so upset about this caretaker bitch. It's always the caretakers. The caretakers, like, and you know what? Let's get into it. Because now I'm serious. The thing about the caretaker thing that also annoyed me was because I do not believe that is a fair dynamic. You are taking care of somebody at their most vulnerable. You are providing like health services. No, that is not okay. There's an imbalance in the power dynamic. Y'all do not love each other. He does not love you, girl. Clearly, because y'all didn't end up together. But, bitch, get out of here. It's just like, it's imbalanced. And I feel like too, like, you're providing care to somebody realistically, right? Like, if you marry somebody and they're disabled, you've taken on their caretaker responsibilities, like, that's a different story. But they hired you as a caretaker, girl. Like, know your place. You are getting paid. Would you have fallen in love with him if you didn't meet him under these? You wouldn't even have met him, girl. You wouldn't even have been in his lane. You know what? I may reread it tonight and get past that scene, but because it was pretty early on. I think it was like chapter 30. There's more chapters. I'm incensed now. And now I didn't watch the spinoff. I'm never giving the How I Met Your Mother franchise another second of my life. And I've contemplated rewatching the show because sometimes I'll see like clips on TikTok and I'll get like nostalgic. But no. I'm staying strong and we're not giving them people. They basically like Game of Thrones, the ending before Game of Thrones was like ended. They were the D&D, but they were How I Met Your Mother. And they were like, oh, it's because we filmed. Bitch, yeah. And then they wanted, this is also the part that annoyed me. They wanted to then release like the alternative ending where everything that happens at the end doesn't happen. That was the ending you should have went with. You literally killed an entire show and fan base. Because I'm telling you, them How I Met Your Mother fans, we felt the same way. Finishing. I can't. I'm incensed. I'm enraged. These people are out here ruining lives. But anyways, I digressed so far from the point because of A Perfect World and these dynamics. And that's one where, again, I don't know what happens after I dropped it, but I hope that the girl got her licking some way, somehow with that caretaker. Like, she probably did like a snarky statement or something, because they don't be throwing hands. But I would be throwing hands because she had the audacity to be really mean to the girl and was like, you don't know him like I know him. You're not prepared to handle an emergency. He's the reason, like, you're the reason he's sick right now because something happened and he got sick. Like, I'm on to you. I can't. Yes, the show ended and literally everybody. It's like Game of Thrones. And Game of Thrones, I was upset. This is why I don't like getting into stuff, because then you be getting emotionally attached and then your life is ruined. It's been years. Years. I remember when I watched that How I Met Your Mother ending, me and my sister, because that was like our show. We literally were next to each other and we were just like, you gotta be like, no way. I've never been more upset in my life watching a live ending. Why do people do this? You had so many seasons to fix this. But yeah, anyways, back to love and dating and tropes. Trying to think of, okay, so these aren't tropes, but these are like relationship dynamics. And I want to know what relationship dynamics you like. Like classmates, co-workers, there's like Yakuza. I don't know if that's a dynamic. Like, I don't know if those are, I guess it is, or maybe it's like a genre. Age gaps. Those are my favorite right now. I'm so into appropriate age gaps. Not on no weird shit, but appropriate age gap. Older person who doesn't believe in love. Younger person who is love. You know what? There is this manga. I don't think it's licensed. Hold on. What is it called? It's actually a mix of age gaps, fake dating, and fake dating, but they got married. What is it? It is a josei. I love it. I reread it I'm such a bad, I love this, and I can't even think of the title. I think it's called Sugar, Putting in Sugar or something like that. Hold on, it's coming, guys. I'm going into my manga list and seeing. Sugar. Nope, that's not it. Love. I'm doing a terrible. Took one class together in undergrad, and I said, never the fuck again. Wait a minute, you gotta tell me what happened. You gotta tell me what happened. Not never again. Never the fuck again. Oh my god. Classmates. I like classmates if they are if there's also an age gap. Like, they're not in the same grade, and there is somebody who is younger and somebody who is older. Especially in a lot of the manhwas that I'm reading, because they be like, the sunbays. I was just like, y'all are so cute. But I'm trying to think. I'm still trying to think of this damn manga, because it is. What I'm telling you, it's short, but it's so good. Okay, let me check my completed. My completed list is atrocious. It says that I have 249 manga completed. I do try to log everything as soon as I read it, so. Can you tell me the story while I'm looking for this manga? me just check my site. But it was mad cute. So it's about this girl that he's a class clown and I'm a perfect model student. Wow, looking through this thread, I had no idea that he is a class clown. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Couldn't tell one bit. Is it pudding? Y'all, it's gonna drive me crazy not knowing the name of this. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. It's called Sesame Salt and Pudding. I don't know what the hell his name is. Every day I pray to the licensing gods that this story is licensed because it is so good. So it's about this girl. Let me put the link in the chat for the entry. Y'all have to find it on your own. But it's about this girl. She's 22 years old and she is like a construction worker. And that's what she wants. Like, girl, she gonna be this construction worker. And I forget why, like, what was the circumstances, but she is like, it's digitally, girl, shut up. Who licensed it? Because I'm going to buy it right now. I love this story. So she is like this construction worker. For some reason, like, she needs to get married and she wants to get married. And she goes to the bar, and at the bar, she's drunk, and she's like, I need to marry somebody. And there's this older guy there who's like, I will marry you. And then they wake up the next day, and then they're like, oh, we signed the papers and we got married. And it starts like this fake relationship, but then they start falling for each other, and like, she's young, but because she's like a construction worker, like she's headstrong and she don't play around. And then he is like an art person, and he got like a past girlfriend, and the past girlfriend situation is kind of weird because she's like married and she still want to be with him, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that this story is so good. It's a quick read. I think it's only 20 chapters, 3 volumes. Who licensed this? It's on Renta. Listen, I bought it on Bookwalker. Okay. Question, when you buy stuff on Bookwalker, do you have to read it on Bookwalker? Because I bought something and I've never been able to access it. And I like ran and like read it. And like I ran and bought it and I was like, how the hell am I going to access this? Like, I just got so excited. And then they put the story on, what is it? They put the story anyway on Fudakiya. So I was like, I have it purchased, but I'm just going to go to Fudakiya and read it there. But yeah, I love an appropriate age gap because she's over 18 and he's like, he really loves her. Like, there's some, I know, like, this is gonna sound very problematic, but I love a fictional age gap where the older partner, because I feel like this is what happens, right? Like, in fictional age gap stories, like, there isn't this, like, weirdo, you know, because, like, let's admit it, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a weirdo. And there's nothing about him that, like, me at 20 years old would have wanted to be with him in this, like, age gap relationship. Boo, whatever. Like, these men are creepy and they're using their money and influence, whatever, to get over people. But fictionally, there's this nuance there's this suspension of disbelief that exists where nobody's grooming nobody. This is a genuine relationship where two people, even though their ages are different, they fall in love and there's no weird power dynamic. But I love an age gap where, like, the older person is, like, hurt. Or not hurt, but they've been, like, jaded by love. And they're like, I'll never get married again. Or I never want to date again. And then the younger person is, like, so vibrant and, like, full of life, and they're very, like, innocent, and not innocent in, like, oh, I could take advantage of you way, but, like, they haven't been hurt by the world, and they just have this outlook on love where the older person is like, damn, you made me believe in love again. Or if the older person never believed in love, the Dangerous Convenience Store comes to mind, which I'm obsessed with. I'm not going to get into because I could go on for 10 hours. And they're just like, I've never been in love till I met you. And I know that we're older and I've been through all these struggles and I'm in a gang. But I could have known you. I'm a sucker for an age gap. That is like so good. I'm trying to see if there are any other ones. So something that I love to do is how I usually find new manga to read or manhwas is on AniList. I also AniList is where I track everything, but I love the recommended section, and I will go on Anime Planet. I don't like track stuff there, but they have a really good recommendation section based on like tags or based on like the community. And listen, I be finding other good other good stories based on that. But that is, let me see if I find, because I usually, like I said, I go to the recommended and then I'm like in a rabbit hole of stories. Sesame salt and pudding. Where is the entry here? There it is. So there's the other one here, bread and butter. I think I started reading that, but it's not completed and I didn't know how that ended. But yeah, I love a good age gap. The app, Bookwalker has an app. See, like I want to own it, and I like Jude Manga. I purchased a digital manga from them, and you can have it on your device. So I have it on I think my Apple Books, and I think I also downloaded like the Kindle version too. So I like that, but I don't want to buy something and then it exists in like I can't keep it. So that's a problem that I have, because I'm always going to support legal manga avenues. If it is like licensed and I have a subscription or I can buy the manga, I will do that. But now these like manga services are moving into wanting to like, you got to have points and you got to buy points in order to be able to read. And if I can't keep it, I don't want to do that. So the one manga service that I used, Fudakiya, their parent company, Manga Planet, they were like, oh, we all going to be one. And they have different options. So they have a subscription, you pay a fee, you pay a fee, you can read whatever's under their subscription. And that's how that was the only option. And now they have added a rent or buy option where you buy points and then you buy the chapters. I ain't buying no chapters that I cannot access offline, like outside of your app or outside of your website. I have no problem spending money if it is physically with me or digitally at least, and then I can access at my leisure. Subscription, I'm paying a price and then I can access all these things, and that's fine. And usually if it is subscription, then like a lot of times what I'm seeing is that they will license something for like a subscription service, and then I don't know how it's decided, but then they'll go ahead and print it. So I will buy it even if it's on the streaming, like even if it's available in the subscription service, because if I love it so much, I want to own it. I'm trying to think if I had anything recently that was, I think I do, but I don't think I have it down here. I have so much. Because sometimes what happens is I'll get my, I'm in my basement. This is where all my cool nerd stuff is. But I won't come down here for like days at a time. So I'll get manga in the mail and then I'll just keep it upstairs. And I'm like, I should bring it down. And then I bring it down on the days that I'm streaming. And I'm trying to think. I know what it is. I don't know why I was blanking. Like I didn't do like 50 million freaking videos on this. And I think I have it upstairs. Let's see. Yes. It's either upstairs or it's on the other side. Um, oh my God, I'm blanking on the title. I could just look at my. Damn, I'm really like prideful and I don't want to look. Like, I just want to be able to guess and have this information readily available. I didn't mean to fall in love. So, I didn't mean to fall in love has been on Fudakiya for a long time. And it recently got licensed by Yen Press. And I bought it and I have it. Even though I always would read it online, like, there's nothing that beats having this in your physical collection. And that, speaking of relationship dynamics, that's another age gap one where it is a college student and somebody who just turned 30. It's beyond me how you store this info in your brain. Let me tell you, I have my one thing about me, and this is what makes me an extremely petty person. My friends call me the receipt queen because I have really, really good memory. I usually remember when somebody says something, when even it could be a throwaway comment or a joke. If it's in a conversation, I can find it and screenshot it. I go through this with Oscar all the time because he'll be like, you didn't tell me this. And I'll be like, did I? Pull up the text. I told him that. So my brain just has a lot of information, especially like when I like something. Now this is like with good, I say that, but that's usually like with like titles of stories that I've read. But then you have me trying to think of the name of the characters and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what their name is, but I can usually remember the title and get it together. I'm trying to see. I have been loving coworkers. We had mentioned that earlier. The only thing is, so I've been with Oscar almost 10 years. That's my husband. Shout out to him. He's cool or whatever. But because I've been with him as long, like basically like all my professional jobs, I've had them since I was with him. But like even if we weren't together, like I never worked anywhere or there was no one ever, maybe I was jaded because I'm in a loving relationship. But you know, even if you're in a relationship, you can admit that other people like are attractive. I haven't worked anywhere where like there was somebody like I would be into, even if I was single. Like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not picking the right jobs where attractive people are. But I love the coworkers trope because it has that sense of like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, our company either has a policy or it's frowned upon, especially when it's like boss employee. Ooh, that's so bad. Power dynamics. Obviously that is for, fantasy. Again, real life, you should probably not date your manager unless you were cool and then he became your manager. But I love the trope because it, like I said, it has that like taboo, like, oh, we shouldn't be dating each other. And I find that a lot of coworker stories that I'm into also start with like a jealousy or a rivalry where they like, oh, we're competing for sales, or oh, we like, damn, like you beat me number one top spot and it should be me. Like, coworkers usually has those other tropes, enemies to lovers, forbidden, that are just like really, really good. So, and I love like, because I'm grown, like I will read a high school story obviously, but I like them grown people dynamics. And speaking of, I have another recommendation for this is licensed and it is on I actually have the book, but I don't have it with me because this is one that I got. And then I took it upstairs, but I have it because I had also gotten a advanced reader copy. So it's on my phone. Let's see. There's obviously a way that I could put this on my that I could put this on the stream, but maybe I don't. Oh, there it is. Let's see if the cover. And then I'm going to do that old people thing where I'm going to show it to you on my phone when I could probably just. Okay, there it is. It's so hot. Like, it's even hotter in person, but this is it. Focus. I'm about to do like that makeup girl. Oh, that actually does work. Wow, this is why the makeup people were doing it. We can't do just plain love. Okay, first of all, get into this cover, y'all. Get like, we got not white man. We got a man with white hair. Ew. Anyways, we got a man with white hair and a younger. I think they don't have a big age gap, but they have a younger subordinate. Hold on, these pictures are just. Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. This one is so hot too. Hold on. Like, are you the art? Wait, hold on. The art alone in this. The art alone in this manga is amazing. Listen, run. I had been reading it before it was licensed. And I stopped once I found out it was going to be licensed because I was like, oh, I need this in my hands. It is so good. It's basically like, of course, this hot guy is like really scared of women and can't talk to women. And his subordinate, she's like new on his team and she's like really attracted to him. So she gives him what any reasonable person would do and is like, hey, why don't we practice and sleep with each other so you could get over your fear of being with women? And then they start falling for each other. So the first volume is out. Okay, not me accidentally doodling on this. Did I say it? How can I undo this? Not, y'all, I really did doodle. Like, what was I doing? Anyways. So the fact that it was like, the point that I got to before I stopped reading it is like, they're kind of like, this is also another thing I love about these stories where it's like they start having feelings for each other, but they're like super in denial. So then they like, I'm jealous, but I don't know why I'm jealous. And I'm not going to say that I'm jealous. This story is just hot. It is fine. The smut be smutting. It is really, really good. And not like super, because sometimes, listen, we grown, hopefully. If you're not grown, get the fuck out of here. But we grown. I enjoy smut. But sometimes, like, you can just know when it's like a story that's like smut heavy, but it's not supposed to be. Like, it's not marketed as like a hentai or something. And the plot don't be plotting. With this, the plot be plotting. And the scenes are just drawn so well. I wish I had the book with me because I just love going through the book. And I got it, immediately ripped it. I was like, oh, I'm going to do like film some content. Did I film content? No. I just read it right away and then was in my feelings. And I had this Tokyo Pop announced that it was going to be available like October or something, because it came out I think in April, maybe even before then. I pre-ordered it before there was even a cover. Like, I'd be down bad. But yeah, so that is another like co-worker one, boss, because he technically is her boss. Another chef's kiss trope. And I'm just like, I'm here. Let me see. See, this is the other thing. We where I'm like, okay, what else is like this? We can't do just plain love. Oh, I didn't even read y'all the whole title. So it says, this is we can't do just plain love. She's got a fetish. Her boss has low self-esteem. Okay, boss. Okay, you and your low self-esteem. Um, and this is the one thing I'm gonna put this. I don't know if you guys utilize Anime Planet, but I really like Anime Planet because they have those tropes like as tags, and it makes it real easy to find more. Um, there's another one of the other one though that I'm thinking of is way more like sex heavy. And I got pretty far, but then there was like 100+ chapters. And what is it? I think it's like Love Capsule Hotel. Like, is it Love Capsule? No, but it has Capsule Hotel in the title. Sometimes you be searching. This also happens to me where I'm searching for something else. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Yeah. The title that I just found. Capsule Boyfriend. Open the capsule and it's baby making time. I'm done. You got me checked out. I'm done. That's not the one I was thinking about. But yeah, there's another one. I can't think of the exact title. But oh, wait a minute. There is so in the recommendations for which one was it? So in the recommendations for We Can't Just Do Plain Love, there is another series called Allergic to Love. I'm gonna also put that in the chat. That is a really good. You heard me. The open the capsule and it's baby making time. These titles, yo, people be thinking like isekai titles are crazy, and it's like venture over to some yaoi and some josei, because the titles, like they don't be titling with these titles. But anyways, allergic to love, that one is really, really good too. Although that got some like trauma. The trauma be, sometimes, here's another unpopular opinion. Everybody got trauma. Everybody got a situation, we can't avoid it. It's a part of life. Things traumatize people. But sometimes these mangakas, the trauma they be giving people, it be a little too much. It be a little bit too much. Like, y'all didn't need to go that hard with the trauma. You could have stepped it down a bit. And that's what Allergic to Love is giving. Like, there is some trauma, and it makes sense in the story, like what happens. But I'm just like, at some point, like sometimes the backstories, like they be making them too sad to the point of it's like, y'all didn't need to go this hard making it this sad. Absolutely not. But I just looked at the time. Clearly I have so much, as my manga list has 249 completed titles, not counting what I'm actively reading. Actually, I think I saw it yesterday. My manga list has 375 entries. Mind you, there's a bunch that I haven't been able to record because they're manhwas and they're not on the site yet. And there's a bunch that I've read and have forgotten about, and one day we'll remember to record. All that to say is clearly I can go on forever, just recommending manga and talking about manga and tropes. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna wrap this stream up, but I'm gonna let y'all know I am gonna stream next week. I haven't decided on the day yet, and because what I'm doing, I am alternating streaming on Tuesdays and Fridays. So technically next week's stream would have been on Tuesday, but it is July 4th, and apparently that is, something that is celebrated. Just cancel, Supreme Court, just take that down too. Y'all and all your trash ass decisions. Like, we got shit to celebrate. I digress. Because of July 4th, I will not be doing my One Shot Tuesday next week, which would have been the next stream type. So the next One Shot Tuesday is going to be July 11th. I don't know why I'm saying July like that. July. It's going to be July 11th, and we are going to be talking about hyperventilation, which don't get me started because me and hyperventilation, y'all, I go hard in the paint for hyperventilation, the animation, and this one shot as well. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on Twitter when my next stream will be. Maybe it will be, hello, Divas on a Dime. Maybe it will be maybe Thursday. I will let y'all know when that next stream is going to be for sure. But it may be like the next part of this Something's Wrong with Us. I have more revenge and evil questions that I wanted to talk about in regards to Something's Wrong with Us, but I'm gonna have to save them for next week because A Perfect World, I think I'm gonna go read that as soon as we're done here because I'm still so upset. so upset, but I'll keep you updated on the next stream. May wear another wig because I was like, damn, this, you know what? Looking at myself in this stream, the wig is doing it. Like we said, this is a Doja Cat wig. I'm not gonna remove the hat, but the wig is doing it. But this has been a lot of fun, of course. Thank you guys for hanging with me and going with my crazy antics and getting way too passionate about things, but also, you guys follow me and you know that this who I am, a very passionate, delusional person. And we said everything that we had to say. Thank you for loving my Sailor Moon shirt. I'm pretty sure it's from Hot Topic. Happy birthday, Usagi, who is the whole reason for the season. Cheers to her. And yeah, so this has been a lot of fun. And I will... I'm glad you had a great time because I had a lot of fun, even though I went out the deep end there, and that's gonna make for some great clips. But I'm still so mad. Key, I love you more, and thank you guys so much. I'm going to end the stream, so peace out, and I'll let y'all know when the next one, sometime next week, is. Bye.